There's always some maintenance to do when you have a bed and breakfast, because obviously you always want it looking good, and we have quite a garden and that includes a lot of maintenance, but also there is painting to be done. Oh, I can see some chickens out. I wonder how they're going to go with Macy out as well. It's been a wee while since the chickens have jumped the fence actually. Macy, no! Macy, stay! Macy! Macy, come here. Come here. Good girl. Stay with me. Come on. Stay, Macy. What do you want to chase, Macy? Hopefully she just wants to go outside and because it's the morning. Anyway, if you're talking about maintenance, aren't we, Macy? Talking about work to be done. So, if you come with me, we are going to go to our outdoor little bath area. Macy, come here. And a few years ago now, I cut out this little bath and made it into a little seat. But as you can see, I've painted it probably about 2 years ago, and 2 years before that. It needs another paint. It's quite a job painting the outdoor baths because it needs to be sanded right back and then it needs to be painted with the right sort of paint. And I have to make sure I'm wearing all the right gear. And plants grow, so need to be pruned. This outdoor bath also needs a bit of work, but it's a bit harder painting the inside of that because you're in it and it's constantly subjected to the elements. Anyway, we're going to go and have a look at some of the other. Go on, Macy. Come on. Going to look at some of the other. Oh, that's not clicking into place. Needs a prune, I think. This sign I painted years ago seems to be doing okay because it's undercover, but the gate needs a paint. It obviously needs a cobweb, but spiders carry on making webs. And this gate also needs a sand back. Look at the monarch butterflies. Oh, nature's wonderful. Anyway, that gate needs a sand back. Oh, I'm walking through a cobweb. Oh, these banisters that we did last year need a paint. They all need a paint. Oh, chickens everywhere. Garden needs a good prune. Another banister. Okay, this gate here, not too bad. Needs a, I think that sign looks alright. These banisters. But this here, my sign, definitely needs some work. I'm going to take that down today and see what I can do. Come on, Macy, down you come. you can smell their favourite Playmates chicken. Come on. Peeled off a lot of the paint, the old paint, and I'm going to repaint my logo as well as I can. Now this paint that I'm using is the paint, this one in particular is an enamel paint which I used to do the outdoor bath, and it stinks and it's very horrible. Is that I can't wear my glasses, so I have to take them off, which doesn't really help my fine motor skills. It's got a filter there on it. So yesterday I painted with all the enamel paint, the pink and the writing, so that's why yesterday I wore my safety equipment. Because it stinks and it's not good, and but today all the paints that I'm using, little test pots, and they're all the colours that I've used before, but they're water-based paints, so I don't need quite the level of care in finishing this off, painting it, and then I'm going to spray it with a lacquer to hopefully protect it against the elements outside. So I'm basically, usually I just freehand it, so I'm just going to go have a look at all the paints and see which ones I've used before and start touching it all up again and re-finishing off the flowers on the other side. And oh gosh, I wonder, I've got something there that might help me open up the oh yeah, it works. Oh gosh. Boy, it's tight. Oh gosh, I've lost strength in my hands now. I might need to get cutting down. Help me. Oh yeah. Oh, that's hard work. We're definitely going to need to have a bit of water added to them. It's my flower colour. Oh, I think this is a reindeer's. Oh, that's a beautiful gold colour. Phew, one opens well. Probably the colour I want least of, white. What colour is this? Brown derby. Sounds like reindeers. Oh, deer antlers, sorry. I've been doing a fitness regime. It's not really helping my hands. Might help my muscles in my arms and my thighs, but not my hands. Oh yeah, that's a good reindeer colour, antler colour. Woodsman, new flatter finish. Oh yeah, that one opens easily too. And that's a very dark green, so that might do with the... I need to... Oh gosh. I think this is a... Let's see if I can... I think this is a white colour anyway. I don't really need much white. Maybe this will break the seal. Just shows that when you do your painting, you've got to clean up well behind you, because paint dries hard. I've learnt that one. Actually, that's how I had this accident on my finger where I had to have microsurgery done on my hand. I was painting a chest of drawers, and I painted them. They looked beautiful, and silly me, put the drawers in, and then I screwed the knobs in, and they were beautiful glass crystal sort of knobs. And the next day I went to go open up the drawer and I couldn't open it. I was pulling and pulling at the knob, and I broke the knob, and it cut right down to the bone here on my finger, the screw of the knob. So I ended up having surgery on that. So I've actually lost nerve damage down this side of my finger. So that was a painting thing I did a few years ago. So you learn. Oh gosh, you learn. When I painted the shiatsu room recently, I painted the windows and left them open for days, and the door, leave them open for days so it dries. I am a bit of a red hairs. I always seem to have accidents. I've broken my arms and a bit impulsive. Okay, let's see. Ah, there you go. Cleaned out the paint. What colour is it? White. Okay. Let's see. I might go get a pencil and just have a little draw around. I've just been watching with my husband. Kelly's grandfather was Enya Tiriata, and he was a well-known New Zealand opera singer. But he also did in New Zealand House in London the most magnificent carving, the pohi. And we've just watched a little video about Enya carving the beautiful, amazing pohi. If you ever are in London, go to New Zealand House in Haymarket. It's incredible. It goes from the basement all the way up to the top of the building. It's the most incredible building. And many years ago when I was in London, I lived in London for a few years, and I used to go to Haymarket to New Zealand House because that's where we used to collect our mail, and they had a little antique shop in there at the bottom, and I went in there regularly, and I remember the first time I went in there and I just looked in awe at the pohi. It brought me to tears because you're a long way from home and you're so emotional because you're missing your family, and I looked at this pohi and I felt so connected. It's just an amazing carving. And I didn't know at that stage, that many years later I'd marry his grandson. We've got lots of connections. Anyway, back onto my own painting. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the result. What I'm going to do now is clean up all the paint puddles so I don't have the same problems what I had last time, and with opening them up because they got stiff. But I cleaned all up. I'm going to put the plate on the stand and put it outside to dry in the shade, and then the last part of this, other than reassembling it back up at the gate side, is I'm going to lacquer it all with a spray lacquer just to preserve the paint from the weather elements, because it's outside all the time. But I think I'm pretty happy with that. I've pretty much finished painting it, and I've just got to lacquer it to protect it and actually stick it back in on the up at the front gate where I had it. However, when I took it off the other day, the holding screw had rusted out, because obviously I didn't use a stainless steel screw, so I'm going to have to somehow cut it out. I thought about using the grinder, but Cunny's not here, so I don't really want to use the grinder without him being here, so I'm going to try and find a tool to cut it in Cunny's container, because I'm impatient. I like things done yesterday. So here we go. Okay, in Cunny's container I found these tools, or this tool, this Sheffield thing. So I think that could work, so we're going to go and give it a shot. Another scorcher of a day. Let me give it a shot. Oh, that worked. Let's see if I've got the washer there. You don't want that going in the tyre on the car. Washing. Yay. 2 washers. Hammer it out. That worked. Oh. Great tool, that one. There you go. So this time I have to make sure I use a stainless steel one so it doesn't rust out. Here's the other bit. Oh. Perfect. Job well done. for joining me this week. From me revamping my A Deer Cottage sign, I've been sprucing up the garden path as we have a wedding party arriving this weekend. While everything isn't perfect yet, I haven't quite got round to revamping and painting the gates, so they still need a touch up. However, I am putting my heart into every little detail to ensure the guests have an unforgettable experience. And I hope this weekend is truly magical for them. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue our journey here at A Deer Cottage, and to the lovely wedding party soon to arrive. We're counting down the moments until we can celebrate with you. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to join us on all of our future adventures. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and happy exploring.